Hello, Colt members. Thank you so much for viewing today. I'm here with George Coleman, who's retiring this year, and we wanted to give him a proper send-off and also take some lessons learned as he's heading out. George.
Yes. So one of the questions you wanted me to address is what do I and have I enjoyed about teaching? And so I'm in a unique position. I teach Latin and ancient Greek, and I have the privilege of having kids for 3 and 4 years in a row. And so that, of course, is a way where you can really build strong relationships and get to know kids and see them really maturing from when they're 14 and then to becoming young adults at 18. So I count myself lucky to have students like that. A lot of my students also come into studying Latin and Greek with an interest. They're it's not like by default they end up in Latin or Greek, but they're really interested, even if they're not the great, even if they haven't had much success, maybe in the modern languages. There's something about the process of learning Latin that's a little different and is appealing to them. So I like to think that I get a lot of refugees from the Spanish and French, from the modern languages, kids who can find a way to be successful in a language with some of the stress of having to perform taken off of them. So that is a part of my teaching and their learning that I really enjoy. Um, so if I think about what I might miss the most, and of course it sort of leads naturally into I'll miss seeing kids grow up, and I'll miss watching that sense of excitement about learning something new or fulfillment of their, you know, their need to discover the ancient world. So obviously I miss a lot about this teaching, of course. I've had a great career and have enjoyed teaching very much over the years. We and have been lucky enough to travel with students too, a number of times, and that is well, it's even the planning of it, the planning and the execution of it, and seeing the kids experience Rome or Athens or wherever we happen to be, and seeing that excitement and feeling very much uh, successful when that happens. So, and that leads into the question she asked me: what am I most proud of? I think it's hard to say, but the Greek program here is unique in some ways, and in this way in particular, it's a one-room schoolhouse. So I have all 4 years of Greek we meet the same time every day, and the kids are in different groups, Greek 1 through 4, and that's been both a challenge and it's been gratifying to get that to work, because the kids have to buy into that, and they have. I've been teaching the Greek for the last 17 years, and as I say to them, it ain't perfect, but if we don't do it this way, we don't get to do it at all. So that that is something I'm very pleased with. And I think the Latin program has had its ups and downs in terms of numbers. At one point, we had 2 full-time teachers here, and that sort of dipped, and now we're in a place where we're in a growth cycle again. So I'm very happy about that. And the person that comes in after me, there are more. We're working on getting another full-time position over here at Conard. And as for my retirement, I have no plans. I will see how it unfolds. I think I have some good practice, not having summers off recently. I haven't worked in the summer in a while, and so I think that experience will serve me well in my retirement. And if I had one piece of advice to new teachers, and this I'm absolutely sure of, is you can't be perfect. I think the most important thing to understand is that you're doing your best, and there are a lot of stressors for new teachers. people pulling you all different ways. You can't believe that you're actually having to sit in the cafeteria with 400 kids and lose 45 minutes of your valuable day when you could be doing something productive. But once you know, and so as I say, if you know you've done a good job in your heart of hearts, and not every lesson is going to work out perfectly. If you let yourself off on that, if you don't, you've got to forgive yourself as far as that goes. And there's always another day, and getting the whole. It, it's obviously a process, and your relationship building with the kids is a process. And if you allow that process to happen, and if you're not too hard on yourself, you have a much greater chance of being A, successful at teaching, and B, really enjoying it. Now, I know, that's a super positive attitude. And I know there are challenges and there are days when none of that seems to ring true. But if you really, hopefully you'll really love what you do and love sharing it with kids. And, and that will, I think, in the end, work out for you. Um, so that's my advice. And I'm
George,
sticking to it.
I love it. I love it. You've been so great. How many years have you been teaching?
25 years. Yeah.
20.
So I didn't start till I was 40. So this is a second career, and it's something I really wanted to do. And I think that it's not like it was a default thing. So I think that's part of when you're sure of what you want to do, that helps a lot too. So
I love it that you have relationships with the kids and you get to watch them grow and that
yeah,
that they're engaged and interested. And I love that piece of advice of forgive yourself. Remember, it's a process, and
Yep.
tomorrow will bring new hope.
That's right. And you can start all over again. So,
Start all over again. Thank you so much for
okay.
answering these questions so that maybe we could savor you a little bit and also pass on your advice to
All right.
future teachers of all world language. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Have a great day.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Take care.